Okay, so welcome to a brand new video. It's a bit different from my usual videos. So my name is Miro and I want to tell you about the incomes, the expenses and the salary while studying abroad as a software engineer. I'm currently doing my exchange here in Canada, and I wanted to make this video to tell you about what goes into while studying abroad. I don't wanna brag, but I just wanna keep this informative for all of you watching. I chose the month of January for us to look through and basically go through. Here's the very basics of January. Here's how much I basically got positives on my bank account. Keep in mind that my income is not normally this high, and that it's not fully on point. So just keep that in mind. Most of the income is related to exchange. And then I also got my student loans for this trip as well, basically to have the money in case I need it and for traveling and doing stuff here. I also kept some of my holidays from my day-to-day job in January, and back home it's normal that you get paid for you have paid and unpaid holidays. So I basically had about two weeks of paid holidays, which I use here, which is quite nice. I got a lot of money from my savings account to my checkings account to pay for the accommodation and the lunch plan here, which were basically the biggest expenses, I guess, but I will talk more about those later. I also got my student and housing benefit in January, which also add up to about this much. I also got a bit of money from my friends because I paid for our New York trip's accommodation, which we took the following month, so in February, from my friends here. That covers most of the big parts of the income, but I did get some small mobile pay and PayPal transfers, but those were more minor, more like smaller sums of money. Then I wanna talk about the expenses, and so what are the expenses for studying abroad? Basically, it's a lot. I had to basically buy everything for the first month here, including very basic essentials like pillows and plates and forks and knives and a lot of other stuff a person could need, like I don't know, shampoo for example. But let's start with the recurring expenses first. These are what I even back home mostly come to me every month, like very normal expenses. Here we have my Netflix subscription, my phone bill, which is very low because I just recently changed my teleoperator. Then we have Spotify, which is a student Spotify, so I save a bit of money on that. Then I have, which one could argue is the most necessary here, I have my Game Pass Ultimate subscription, which I do tend to use quite a lot, so I would say it is the most needed here. Then I have a couple of other expenses, but they are charged 4 times a year, so the overall amount of monthly expenses would be something around like this. Then my savings. For every transaction I do on my checkings account, €2 or maybe $2, they're quite the same, go to my savings account, and that's where a big chunk of my savings come from. I also put €50 away regularly every month, but actually after recording this I upped the amount. On the month of January I put this amount to my savings account, and normally it's not really that high, but I did transfer a lot of money between my savings account and my checkings account. Normally on a normal month it would be something around like this. There's other random expenses, which could be like I spent a surprising amount of money on Uber. I spent on Uber €150 per January, and after January it's been more like €50 a month. I didn't get the bus pass immediately in January, so I had to go by Uber to different places like Walmart and get some groceries. My living in January cost 3.6 thousand, but it's about 800 per month. My food and groceries were about a bit over 2,000. Most of it was the meal plan, and then the groceries wasn't that big of an amount. I spent about 100 euros on restaurants, which is quite okay. I'm quite happy with that. And you gotta treat yourself every now and then. My bank is very good at keeping track of how I spend my money and what I spend on the money. So like after January, I've been able to look at my expenses and incomes and trying to eliminate some of the unnecessary ones to actually save money. Like a huge money saver for me is the thing I spoke about before. Like for every transaction I do on my checkings card or my bank card, 2 euros go to my savings account, and that has saved me a lot of money. So I also value my time a lot, so I do spend some money to save time, which time is money, and I'm spending money to get money. So not so sure about that. But like the most important things while studying abroad is that you're here for the experience. I'm not gonna get this experience again. So like think about money in that way, that you can always get the money back, but getting the experiences back and getting the people back you around is way more harder. So that's also how I think about it. Like I can get the money back. I'm only gonna be once here, and this experience is only a once in a lifetime thing. So I'm also spending money like that. I'm investing in experiences, I guess one could say. Also, a very good tip would be like to check every month, like your expenses and what have you been the more surprising ones there, so you could like actually eliminate them and then save money on those. So remember that January was not a normal month for me, and keep that in mind. These are not your average numbers, definitely. I guess the key points from this experience is also like be aware of how you use money, but also try to understand what money means for you. Money behaves different depending on the part of your life you're in. So keep that in mind. Definitely recommend for everybody to go study exchange and study abroad. It's such a nice experience for you, and like, yeah, I definitely wanna emphasize on you thinking about it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.